You're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenny here with Barry. Barry, it's not just all NBA playoffs around here right now. The NFL comes back into our purview as the NFL draft. But for a second, let's take a little bit broader view even on that, because the Philadelphia Eagles and Sam Bradford, native son Sam Bradford, a beloved figure here in Oklahoma, become embroiled in a little bit of a controversy in Philadelphia. You wrote a little bit about this on your blog, and just how he has to feel a little bit used right now because Philadelphia signs him to a deal. Suddenly they get leverage. Now they've gone out and got the number 2 draft pick in the NFL draft.
Well, I mean, yeah, Sam Bradford sort of in limbo when Chip Kelly gets fired at the end of the season of 2015. But the Eagles say, hey, we want you. They sign him to a 2-year contract, front-loaded, $11 million signing bonus. And Sammy thinks, oh, I mean, the Eagles want me to be their quarterback. And then they make a trade, mortgaging their future. Big, heavy price to get the number 2 overall pick, obviously to get a quarterback, probably Carson Wentz, with a clear plan of let Bradford quarterback with Wentz, getting some backup situations in 2016 and handing over the reins in 17. Mm-hmm. And I think Bradford didn't like it. I think he felt misled. I also think he felt used. Clearly, if you've got Sam Bradford under contract, your negotiations with the Browns for this trade gives the Eagles more power. They could easily have walked away. So I think Bradford feels that he doesn't have a lot of trust factor with this organization. He's wanting to trade, and the Philadelphia people think it's going to happen. He will get moved.
Yeah, and you know what? It's been interesting to watch this all play out because, a lot of times, you don't have sort of the big picture. If you're not in Philadelphia, you're not close to Sam Bradford like we are here in Oklahoma, you may not know the nuances of this. And Barry, I've been thinking about this as this week has gone on, and there's sort of different verbiage that's been thrown out there. Sam Bradford demands trade. You see everything from demands to requests. So I think it depends on maybe some verbiage that's out there. But if you're not close to the situation, if you don't maybe understand what has happened here and some of those contract situations, don't you look at this and say, man, Sam Bradford's crying about a lot of nothing. Here he is getting, like you said, front end. I think it was $11 million guaranteed to sign, or $11 million signing bonus.
Right.
I mean, here he is with all these millions. What's he crying about? So the perception of Sam Bradford, he's had some obviously struggles, injuries, and now here he is getting a big contract, and now he wants to get traded. I think at least the perception of him, it can't be real good around most NFL cities.
Well, I don't know that it's great around Oklahoma. I've heard people around town today saying, Sam doesn't look good in all this. And the truth of the matter is, nobody looks good. Bradford comes across as not wanting to compete for the job. But the truth of the matter is, if the Eagles draft Carson Wentz number 2 overall, they're not sitting him on the bench more than 1 year. I mean, you don't give away that many assets and then tell a guy, just wait your turn. We'll see if you can play in 2 years. He's eventually going to take over. So I think that's where Bradford's at. And, his career's getting pretty far down the road.
Yeah.
He's, I don't know if he's turned 30 yet, but he's right on the doorstep. So we're talking about a guy that really is still not found his NFL footing yet. And the clock is ticking. And he was thinking, maybe Philadelphia is a new lease on life. Even after the changing coaches from Chip Kelly to Doug Peterson, he's thinking, maybe this is it. And then he realizes this is not it. This is a team that really doesn't want me for any kind of long-term situation. I need to get somewhere where they really want me. I think that's what his motivation is.
Yeah, and I like you say, I think there are some people that, when I looked at it at first before I sort of processed the situation, it does make Sam Bradford look bad because here he is, a guy that really hasn't proven anything. He gets another big deal. He was one of those last bonus babies to come through the NFL draft process. So he's a guy that's made a ton of money for the production that he's had. It's pretty remarkable sort of how skewed those two marks are. So here's a guy getting paid well and hasn't really produced yet. But I think, Barry, what you said is right. He's trying to find his footing, and in some ways, make a run at becoming a legitimate NFL quarterback while he still feels like there's a chance. And yet again, now he's, looking at the turnover in coaches when he was in St. Louis was almost every year. New system, new offensive coordinator, new head coaches. And now here he is again, potentially looking to go somewhere else. Really unfortunate situation for Bradford to find himself in that situation. But, I don't mean to laugh, but I was thinking about the fact that a year ago, Sam Bradford, DeMarco Murray, Lane Johnson seemed like a Sooner nirvana in Philadelphia. Now DeMarco Murray gone, Sam Bradford wants to be gone. Definitely things did not turn out as well as a lot of people hoped they would. I think that includes the people with the Eagles organization.